Hick's law is a law developed by British American psychologist William Edmund Hicks. It simply means that the more choices you give somebody, the harder it is for them to make a decision. This is why when I'm dealing with oppositional children in my class, I try to give them choices, but I limit. Do you want to do this or do you want to sit out? More than a couple of choices will lead to a longer confrontation. And I don't need this during class, but I also need to be able to deal with children with neurodiversity and different behavioral issues. I need to be able to keep the class flowing, but also deal with the oppositional children in a way that still doesn't hurt their self-esteem, that puts them in power, because many times they don't feel in control of their lives, so they get it through opposition. This is part of why my martial arts school is different, and probably the reason why we have one of the biggest children's programs in our area, because we adapt to the child. We don't force the child to adapt to us. But this is not the reason I'm talking about Hick's law. It is very important in martial arts. You need to keep a very few, very well-honed, simple combinations, if you're a striker, or simple grappling skills in your programming that you can pull out under duress. If you have too much technique, if you are a technique collector, you will hesitate. You will likely hesitate and freeze. This is why combatives, instructors, boxing instructors, and other pugilists believe in simplicity at the core. You can add to that core. You can add some other techniques. However, keep your core your main focus. Do not get seduced into the idea that you want more. I want some cool shit. This is the thing that creates failure in many martial artists. I mean, if you practice multiple styles and practice hundreds of techniques, if you still just hone a core of techniques, you may still be an effective fighter, but for the most part, people who do that are not as effective as someone who has a small striking syllabus or a small grappling syllabus. You need to know all those other things so you can pass them on to your students if you're a teacher, but you need to stick to a core of techniques. You need to stick to things that you can pull out under pressure. In this video, I'm doing 3 different combinations: a cycle downward X with a hammer fist, a cycle hammer fist, and one of my favorite combinations from DeCampo 1-2-3 original. I'm applying the 3 different combinations with different weapons, from a walking stick to an arnis stick to a tire thumper to a Warden travel wrench. And you can see the same combinations can be made to work. I mean, I really have to adapt that DeCampo combination to the Warden travel wrench, but with the stick and the tire thumper, the knife, and the walking stick, it all works fine. It all flows nicely. This is how we become effective. We need just a few things. We need to hone them until they're just natural. If we do this and we train with a bit of emotion and maybe some scenario-based training as well, we will have something that is very workable. Now, this is not combatives, but it is an important combatives principle. And I believe this is one of the most important principles for a martial artist to follow. I hope you like this. Thank you.